Brexit itself is controversial. It's something that's caused you to leave a government post. But stopping it is controversial as well. The government split, the country is split, more to the point. How on earth do you, in your own words, sabotage Brexit in a way that's democratic?
Well, the best way of dealing with an issue which democracy has produced is more democracy. The people voted 2 years ago when they were offered this beautiful house. Remember, this was the house which was going to give us 350 million a year, control of all our laws. We'd never have to do anything that we didn't like again in future. There would be, remember, we'd be trading with New Zealand, Antarctica, you know, all these other places which apparently we have no trade with at the moment, which are going to substitute for our trade with France and Ireland and Germany's quite large trading markets. So we were going to be able to have our cake and eat it. Well, people realise now that in life that doesn't very often happen. It's like buying a house. You put in the offer for this house, you know, you see it, you bowled over by it, and then you get the survey done, and you discover that the roof is falling in, that you've got the neighbours from hell, that there's dry rot. And, you know, there's a limit to how many things are going wrong with this house where you say, well, actually, I still want to do it. And, you know, can I let you into another secret? Yeah. I have a friend who's an estate agent, and he tells me that about a third of all house sales fall in when people see the survey. Well, as a country, what we're doing at the moment is going through the survey. We have sent David Davis over to conduct the survey with Michel Barnier. Let's be frank, it doesn't look too good. Indeed, it's not even clear that David Davis is self-conducting the survey for that much oversight. He seems to have other things on his mind. So I think the right thing to do, we had this referendum, we've got the survey, the people should make a judgment on the survey. But am I allowed to be a bit serious just for a moment on your programme, Matt? Just a bit serious. This is the biggest decision that this country will take in our generation. And for the younger generation, they've got to live through this. Whether they will be able to live, love, work across Europe will be determined by what happens next March. For people of my generation, we haven't got long... Oh, well, I mean, I'm a member of the House of Lords, so I'm there for life, so I intend to live for a lot longer. But, you know, we're at the last stages of our working lives, and, of course, for the generation above, they've, by and large, stopped working. For those who are working, this is really big, and for those who are about to start off in life, it's really big. They know this matters. This is not a game. This is not a debate in the Oxford Union between Nigel Farage, Jacob Rees-Mogg and Boris Johnson. This is for real, and that's why I think we've got to have this referendum, and that's why I'm absolutely convinced when we see the survey, we see the damage it's going to do for the country, I believe we'll stay in the European Union. Not because it's perfect. I mean, is there any organisation in life that's perfect? But because it's better to get on with our European partners, to trade with them, than to damage our economy and potentially open ourselves up to some of these big, nightmarish type problems we have when we don't get on with our European allies.